Tick, 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 tick. The clock is ticking for Le'Veon Bell. I don't think there's any way he's going to sign this thing. Jeff Hathhorn, this franchise tag, $14.5 million. He says he believes it can get done. Well, it should have been done a long time ago. And since it hasn't, I'm saying no way it happens. What do you say?
Yeah, I don't think either. I think we'll see him in September. And, you know, he'll miss all of the preseason. And by week 3, he'll be his same old self in his final year with the Steelers.
Can we retroactively give the smooth move to Kevin Colbert for standing his ground on, and Le'Veon Bell the perhaps a sarcastic smooth move, because he's going to, as Jeff just said, come in late, not look like himself for the first 3 or 4 weeks, maybe cost this team a game like he did last year, and then he'll be on his way. As good as he is, as important as he is to the Steelers offense, it's just not worth the headache anymore. And I agree. I don't see him signing this thing before he absolutely has to.
Well, what I don't get is if we all – well, what's in Le'Veon Bell's best interest? If he needs a big year in order to get himself the guaranteed contract or the annual salary that he wants, wouldn't it make the most sense for him to show up and give himself a chance to be a really good player from week 1?
But sense has never been a part of this. I mean, the offer was very competitive, especially for running backs and the money that running backs.
No, but I'm saying if he's trying to set up his future earnings, people in this business say all the time, well, you're going to get a great player in his contract year because it means so much to the guy long term. If this season means everything to Le'Veon Bell and his earnings potential, you'd think he'd want to put the most productive year out there.
Well, the other backwards line of logic could probably be between Le'Veon Bell and his agent, depending on how much they actually listen to each other, could be, hey, if I don't come out and look all that great in the first 3 or 4 weeks, it'll just be proof positive of how important I am to this offense when I am playing well. That is backwards logic, but who knows? I mean, to Jeff's point, at what point has logic or anything, linear thinking been a part of this? It just doesn't make sense. So who knows what their thinking is, Andrew, but it doesn't make sense for him to wait and then put himself in a poor position.
Because if what's keeping him away is the risk of injury, and he feels like the only thing he needs in order to get a giant contract is to be healthy, then why not hold out until the last possible day? What is it, like week 10 or week 11?
Yeah, well, that would send the wrong message, Andrew, wouldn't it? I mean, if you're a would-be buyer, then after that, you're going to look at a guy who's completely, you can argue anyway, he's already selfish, but, I mean, that sends the wrong message to anyone who would want to get him after this, I think. Don't you?
Well, but what message is he sending now? He's sending the message now that the team's goals come secondary to what he wants to do, which is fine. A lot of professional athletes feel that way. But if I were in his shoes, I would think what I need to do this year is prove to people that I'm better than like the 3 yards per carry that I averaged last year. I was like near the bottom of the league in terms of big explosive runs by a running back. Like 11 or 12 guys had more runs of 20 yards or more than me. I need to get back to showing people that I am the most versatile, most explosive, most dynamic running back in the NFL. And he was not that last year, which is something I get sick of hearing from people. He wasn't the best running back in the NFL last year. He wasn't. Todd Gurley was better, and I could probably name 2 or 3 more guys who were. So if I were him, I'd want to do what I could to make sure I go into free agency looking like the best running back, and I don't think a prolonged holdout does that for him.
You know what I wonder with him is I wonder when it gets 90 or 95 and those guys are out on the field and Le'Veon's not there again, at what point do his teammates say, why am I out here busting, or why am I giving 100% when this guy once again isn't doing it? Why should I do it? You know, they went through OTAs, and then a few of the guys, Ben missed a lot of it, Antonio Brown missed a lot. This is a team chasing a ring, and I wonder if that is causing dissension at all amongst the ranks.
We'll find out. We're going to take a break here. When we come back, we'll talk about looking ahead to this season for the Steelers. There are still a lot of things on defense that have to be proven otherwise, and can they do it? Can they get back to a Super Bowl? We'll get some early assessments from these guys about Steelers 2018 next.